Good evening, Greg here, burning both ends, burning on the back end of the week. It is Friday, 10:42 p.m. Pacific, June 29th, 2018. Another great week. This iCore program, I'm just really enjoying it. The work is very fun. It's very challenging, frustrating at certain points, but it's definitely pushing me hard, and I'm seeing it leak into other aspects of my life, so I'm really working hard in other aspects. The iCore program is forcing me to organize, it's forcing me to have clarity, it's forcing me to prioritize, and it really is like being in a startup, and it's really cool. I really dig it. And today we had office hours with our instructors, and so something interesting came up. This concept, I'm calling it reverse storytelling, even though it's not storytelling backwards. It's what I would say an effective method to get the truth from a customer discovery interview, or one way to do it. And we're this reverse storytelling. And so the concept is that I'm going to get the interviewee to tell me a story so it can uncover some truth that maybe otherwise wouldn't come out. Yeah, so right, I'm in the middle of this DOE Energy iCore around technology transfer. And we have 4 just fantastic instructors. These are all seasoned entrepreneurs, and it's great that we get so much time with them. And part of the course is office hours, scheduling virtual office hours. And so today we had some office hours. And typically what I'll do is I won't put an agenda out. It'll just be like, let's just start talking about what we're working on and let the instructor kind of pick at it and then dive in somewhere. I find that to be very effective, because what do I know about what I need, right? It's actually, you know what it is? It's storytelling. We begin telling the story of where we're at, and then the instructor kind of chooses a little interjection point there. And so, so you have this concept of, you have this company that you want to work for or work with, or is a potential saboteur, or whomever they are, and they have all their written word on their website, their marketing material. This will probably come out of the mouths of some of the employees, the mission, the vision statement, or mission statement, the vision, some of these almost cheesy taglines that they say, which is, they want that to be the truth, but it's not necessarily the truth. It's what, it was just made up. And then you have the actual things that happen in the business, the actual activities that create successful business transactions. And what are those activities? What really happens? And, because the key here is to find out what really goes on. Excuse me. It's that bubbly water. I love this bubbly water. The key is to find out what actually is going on inside the company. And this is a way to do it, is to get, because the story is the truth, right? And so here, let's get into it here. So reverse storytelling, get them to tell a story. So how do we do this? So interview questions are, right, use the hey, can you tell me about a successful project from the last 12 months, or a case study, something that you guys, a model, actual project that you ran through the company that you guys try to emulate, or you consider to be a kind of like a gold standard of a project, and then try to find out why it was successful. What were the reasons? There and this could be anything, right? You would need a specific example to really, drill down, but this could be anything, right? So case study is the key thing. And our specific iCore example, I can't tell you the company, but I can certainly tell you about it. So we're trying to get funding from the venture arm of a company. A lot of these big companies, they'll have their own in-house VC, or ingrown VC. That invests in technologies and tries to bring it into the company. And from what we learned today from the instructor, so that relationship between the venture arm and the core of the company, essentially probably the R&D department of the company, could be either collaborative or competitive. It depends on the metrics, it depends on the scorecards, how they do business. Does the venture arm leverage the R&D team? Do they have their own R&D team and they compete? A lot of things to find out there about how the venture arm, how they choose to put money out, and then in their minds, what creates a successful project, and what friction might they get from the core company. Is it better to go to the core company and go right to the R&D department? Right? If it's competitive, there might be a better path in. And so how do we find out how this works? And so it's by asking these questions, but this reverse storytelling. Get them to start talking about what successfully actually happened, because the story is the truth. And to create the story, they have to tell the truth. Like it has to come out in like little pieces here. So anyway, so that's the example. I thought that was pretty clever, pretty simple, and maybe basic and straightforward, but at the same time to put thought into it and to intentionally do it, and then to intentionally have the follow-up questions to like keep trying to reveal parts of the story, and also to go into these interviews knowing what type of things we'd like to learn from this interviewee. Is this going to be more of a technical conversation or more of a business conversation, or is it more of a funding conversation, or something that I've used in the past that's worked well is I'll ask about the process. So, hey, so tell me about the process of how your company assesses a technology and decides to bring it in. And then you say, oh, so can you tell me about one of the last 12 months that you brought in that was successful? You might hear some cool things. They might say, hey, I'm not allowed to talk about that. And then you might say, well, are there any that you can talk about? Maybe one that's 5 years old, right? Maybe the one that just came in 12 months is too early and they're still pushing it. But the one from 5 years ago, that one they can talk about because it's already a product and it's already out there. Stuff like that. Right? And just, keep in mind any of that written material can be it's just made up. So it can be dangerous to really bank on that too much. It's the real word. So yeah, so that's reverse storytelling. So there is an outline down below. So this talk is kind of like an older school talk or post. I know I just really like this reverse storytelling, and I'm realizing with these iCore posts is since all of them have the same title and no outline. If I spoke about something that was kind of interesting and that's something I want to be able to point to, I won't be able to find it. So I definitely want to be able to find this one. I think this is a good simple concept, and so just wanted to do a standard post on this. So so we'll see how this works, because we're going to be really in the next couple weeks. We're really going to be converging and honing in on really specific people that we're talking to, because we understand this thin slice of manufacturing and this where we are going to focus to find our product market fit. So excited about that. Want to get some reverse storytelling going, because that's the key thing. That's the successful customer discovery interview. Is I am not talking much at all, right? If we have an hour meeting, I've talked for 5 to 10 minutes, and you've talked for 55 to 50 minutes, something like that, right? So reverse storytelling. So try it out if you're ever doing some interviews, or you just want to get someone to tell a story. Could be fun. It's amazing how much you'll learn. So that's that. So this channel is all about my journey as an aspiring entrepreneur. I'm really enjoying the journey. I have to admit, I'm really settling into these double posts. I'm settling into this, burn at both ends, waking up early, going to bed late, really burning at both ends, putting this work in. It's really exciting. I'm so excited. I mean, we're halfway through the year, and I'm just seeing a whole bunch of exciting things come back at me. And of course, there have been mistakes, there have been failures. After this iCore program, I'm really gonna have a few posts dedicated to kind of the state of the union, the state of the Greg, if you will, to just kind of go over what's been working, what hasn't been working, and what needs tweaking, like what I should throw away, what I should tweak, and maybe some new things I should try. Right, because we're going to be definitely doing a lot. We're going to have different things after iCore. I'm really streamlining this posting process for iCore so I can really focus on it. It ends July 26th, so another 27, 28 days, and then we're done with iCore. And then there could be some follow-on work there. We'll have to see how it goes. We'll have to see. A big thing is this funding that we're going for. Literally today we sent in a proposal for a big chunk of funding that can get us to MVP, to a minimum viable product. And so if that funding comes in, that's a huge piece, obviously, because not only is it real money to do real work, but but it's also it's also a real credibility, right? We can go now to investors and say, look, this entity really has a good opinion about this technology, and we have a good pile of cash to move it forward. And so that definitely can attract more dollars and some interest. So excited about that. And so that's it. So subscribe if you like what you hear. I would love to hear about your journey. I'd love to hear your questions. Give me some challenges. I'd love to help. Because a big piece of this is being of service. I want to be of service. That's how I've really been kind of owning this I-Core program. I've got these 2 amazing partners on my team, and one of the big things that I want to make sure I do is make sure that they have what they need to be successful. That I'm setting up as much as I can to make it as easy for them to focus on things that only they really can do, not the little petty stuff. So I think it's time to wrap this up. Got another little hour of work to do. Gonna log in some customer discovery interviews into Innovation Within, and then hit the sack, and then see you all in the morning. So let's see, down below I've got links, some good motivational sites, some great music. You'll see the outline down there. Ents, I'm really big on this Ents platform, and see some great music down there. I might have said that already. And then the beat in the background is Afrobeat, inspired by fellow Hoodie. G Money is my alter ego. I write these drum beats. Check them out on SoundCloud. There's a link down below. And that's it. That's it for tonight. So I hope you all had a great week. Get some good rest, and just have a great weekend. Do something wonderful this weekend. So I will see you in the morning. So we can all do great things tomorrow, inspire people, and just crush it. So good night.